YouTube. This is what I've been most excited about from the Apple event, the iPad Mini 6. Let me tell you guys, I'm not really an iPad person, like literally am not, but I've been changing. Hence, I get into the Galaxy Z Fold 3. And that opened my eyes and my life to the beauty of the miniature tablet. It's a miniature tablet that folds down and is usable more as a phone as well. And then Apple came and announced this here iPad Mini 6, baby. This is the one I'm hyped for. So where's my unboxing knife? Bam! That we want to be safe. Cut right here. All right. The moment, player. All right. So I grabbed one of these Smart Folio. I can even tell just from the size of the case of the Smart Folio. Oh, this is gonna be the ideal size. You guys already know, y'all know I like red and stuff like that. What color is this? It's not quite red. Oh, this is electric orange. Looks like red orange to me. It's in the red family. It's coming home with me. And then we have the star of the show, the Mini. And somebody tried to start, hold up, man. Listen, play. Somebody already started my unboxing for me. What's going on, man? First UPS took all day. You guys, if you haven't seen the video, I put it up. I shared my day in the life. Check out that video. Let me see, is this thing even set right? It looks like it's kind of leaning. So yeah, all right. Let's get into it, baby. Let go. Okay. I'll play it shaking. All right, there we go. Boom. Now, y'all know, eco-friendly. I'm from Cali, I'm all about it. You know, California, we like 7 years ahead of the rest of the world. I didn't figure that out until I moved to the Midwest and realized I went back in time, like to the 60s. Get like Cali, save the earth, you know, what do you call it, sustainable. Yeah, grab that purple iPad Mini 6. Oh, hold up, player. Tim Cook calling me again? Hello, what up, player? Tim? I don't know how you calling me. I don't even have an LTE version of the iPad Mini. You really starting to creep me out, Tim Apple. You guys didn't send me an embargo unit. What's up with that? You know what, Tim? Let me explain something too. You know, I'm your boy when it's Apple season. You want to talk to a player, you actually calling me on my iPhones, even without my permission, right? Come to find out, embargoes units are given out and I don't get one. What you got to say, Tim? Hello? Tim? Tim! Man, Apple, that ain't right. All right, so here you go. Here you have it. This beautiful purple iPad Mini. And you know what? I opened up, put it straight in my hand and got straight to it. I didn't even assess the usability, but this thing is extremely palmable. And even better, boom! We slap that on there. See, this is what the Fold is missing, a way to carry the S Pen. I got two things to assess. Can this here become my business tablet, replace the miniature tablet that I've been using currently? Also, can this here actually put the iPad Pro 11-inch that I tend to use on the back burner? Here's what's about to happen. I'm about to get into this bad boy. I'm about to use it. I'm about to share my user experience with this thing. So, you can't really get the feel of that from this, all this, you know, stuff. So let's change things a little bit, you guys. Player, this iPad right here, yeah, this one right here, let me see so y'all can know. The Mini, the new one, the Mini 6, player, the lightness, the compactability, the usability, just a little, this thing is just so, hold up, player, let me, you know what I'm saying, hit the little Touch ID on here, hold up. You see I got my joint set up, swagging and all that good stuff, man. I'm loving using this. All right, so a player was writing his notes on the iPad Mini. Actually, I was writing my iPad Mini video notes on the iPad Mini. Matter of fact, let me try to unlock this, you know, one-handed. See, this one Face ID would be like super clutch, but it's all good. I literally wrote a lot of my notes for the iPad Mini video on the iPad Mini. Super fire. But while I'm getting ready to set up and eventually do this video, I gotta eat first. I got a box from Adidas. You know what I mean? Bam. Hypebeast Yeezys. Hypebeast Adidas suits. Little light work. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm trying to get some more Yeezys. I want some more of these 700s. I haven't even worn these yet. I'm gonna start rocking these. But I want some more. but a player not always trying to have to pay resale. Let me call Tim Apple. Hello? Tim Apple, player. I got the best idea. I promise you, gonna make, well, I can't say you're gonna make millions. I know that I'm gonna buy one. Apple Pencil Mini. Hello? Dang, player didn't even let me get my idea out. Come on. Woo! Player. Let me explain something to you. This iPad Mini 6 right here. This is it, player. It is it. Hold on, I got some notifications I don't want popping up, personal text messages right here. This iPad right here, yeah, let's talk about it. All right, so the first thing I like to do is a couple days later, I like to talk about some of my nitpicks, you know what I mean? I'm finna get petty a little bit. It's a few things nitpicky, one major thing, we'll get to that last. The Apple Pencil 2 support, really nice, really cool, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not using this as much as I thought I would. Why? Because of size. This thing is big and cumbersome. We need an Apple Pencil Mini to make the experience, I think, just feel mini. Simple as that. The next thing, it was a nitpick, but it kind of corrected itself. I'm not sure. I'm gonna show you guys the B-roll of it. I thought it had something to do with the aspect ratio and apps and things like that. Although the aspect ratio can be somewhat different in certain apps. On Twitter, I was scrolling the timeline and it wasn't rendering the full timeline, like as if it thought that I was on a smaller display. I don't know, but somehow now I go to Twitter, let's get it to focus, and the Twitter timeline is in full. So I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe that was just a glitch on Twitter's behalf and so forth, but nevertheless, not really a con, but it was a con, but it's no longer no more. I don't know, I just wanted to bring it up just in case you see the same thing. Let me know. Another nitpick, the power button. When using it in portrait mode, I will say this, I'm gonna be honest, we are programmed. Smartphones, power button, right here, right side. This thing is small, it's almost like a phone. I was using the Galaxy Z Fold, which is like this. I'm reaching for the power button here. It's not here, it's here. But in all reality, I use it a lot in landscape mode, but when I'm in portrait mode, I'm sitting here reaching for this. Now I know that's a nitpick. Eventually I'll get used to it, but it's just something I wanted to bring up. Let's get into the real cons. Base storage, 64 gigabytes. Tim, player, not the move. I gotta be honest, I've been getting at Apple's head for years about the whole 64 gigabyte storage options. I'm so glad that in the iPhone 13, we finally have a base storage of 128 gigabytes. We take a step forward, and then we drop the iPad mini base storage, and we take a step back. It is an abomination to offer a tech product of this caliber in 64 gigabytes as the base storage offering. And not only did they go from 64 gigabytes all the way to 256 gigabytes, but that's a $150 upgrade charge. Why not give us a 128 gigabyte upgrade at a, at the mid, you know what I mean? $75, whatever, 50 bucks. I don't know. It just seems a little fishy and it's weird. It's like you kind of trying to push the higher storage option, which is the higher dollar. I just have to put that out there straight and forward. Let's move past that. I know every reviewer had to speak on it, but I had to speak my truth to it. All right, let's talk about design. Let me pull this up out of the case. This thing right here, this slim, light, portable device right here is well designed, well made. These flat edges are perfect for gripping this device, palming this bad boy. I'm palming it like crazy. Man, this thing is just, I don't know, it's like a breath of fresh air in the world of iPads. I greatly appreciate it. The brand new bezel-less, well, it's not brand new, but you know what I mean? Bringing the bezel-less build to the iPad mini, absolutely loving that and appreciating that as well. This thing is thin, this thing is sleek, this thing is light, and it is portable AF, if you catch my drift, player. All right, so the next category I wanna talk about in the area of design is the display. Now, technology snobs out there, they're turning their noses up because this doesn't have a 120 hertz ProMotion. Now, as an iPad Pro owner, I have an iPad Pro 11-inch, which is an IPS LCD display, and so is this. The separation, 120 hertz ProMotion on the iPad Pro, 60 hertz. But here's the key. Big things come in small packages. This display has the highest pixel density, which is pixels per inch, out of all of the iPads, even the iPad Pro. Now, granted, it's not mini LED if you're looking at the M1 iPad Pro 12.9 inch, which is a whole nother beast. But for an LCD IPS display, 500 nits, only 600 nits on the iPad Pro 11 inch, the separation isn't that much. And if you are worried about your viewership to content, photos, and video, let me tell you something, player. It doesn't feel much different. Case in point. Boom, let's pull up Canoopsy video real fast. I had this open earlier. I guess it just kept playing. Oh, we gotta turn down the audio though. Hold up. Ain't finna get. Don't copyright me, player. All right, Noops. Canoopsy, don't copyright me. So as you can see, high quality display. And another thing, so let's open up IG. Looking at photos, the photos look fine. I like the quality, you know what I'm saying? If you know anything, you know. You're not gonna feel a lack of quality in content, viewership, photo editing, or anything thereof. Now granted, if you are a snob and you're into like OLEDs or the mini LED and so forth, this is probably not gonna be the display for you. But from practical, everyday use standpoint, the viewership, the display, the denser pixels, you know what I mean? The big things come in small packages. We packing more pixels per inch over here with this iPad Mini 6. So I enjoy viewing content on this display. Now, no, you're not getting 120 hertz. I know it's only a 60 hertz display, but I'm gonna be honest, Apple got some kind of voodoo going on over there with the way that they're 60 hertz. You don't really feel like you're missing out. Granted, we've been dealing with 60 hertz for so long, 120 hertz has come around. I've been on it, I like 120 hertz, but it's not a deal breaker in the case of the iPad Mini 6, especially not for me. All right, next up, let's talk about using the Apple Pencil with the iPad Mini. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this. I know I said in the beginning that I'm not using the Apple Pencil as much because of its size, it's bigger. That was more in navigating the device. Like on my Z Fold 3, I got into the habit of using the S Pen with the Z Fold 3 like all the time, and I could just do all the navigations because it's small, it's petite, it's not as cumbersome as this bigger pencil. Now, what I will say is when it comes to writing, like doing like real writing on this display, and I'm sure the same is for drawing, it actually performs really well. And I was able to write a lot of my notes that I'm using right now for this video using this combo right here, and it felt really good. Now, coming from an iPad Pro, if you like the lack of latency that you feel with the iPad Pro, you're not gonna feel that same thing here. You're gonna see the latency if you pixel peeping. But if you just being a regular, everyday user, let's pull up a quick note. Hold on, I just did that wrong. Quick note right there, let's just start a new one. I don't know why this popped up. Let's get that out of here. Quick notes are fast enough. I had no issue writing that because you're just gonna write as you normally would. The only way you're gonna notice is if you're looking and paying attention, which I'm not really doing. When I was writing my notes for this, I did notice it every now and then, but it wasn't that I noticed it because it was being a problem. I only noticed it because I was just looking for it, basically. The Apple Pencil 2 combined with the iPad Mini 6 is actually a fire combo. I just wish this was smaller. Personally, I would love for Apple to come out with an Apple Pencil Mini. Tim Apple, I'm gonna send you an invoice, all right, player? Run with the idea. I tried to tell you, but you hung up on the player. The next category I wanna talk about is performance. They're putting their latest chip, the A15. You know what Apple do when they drop a latest and greatest chip? It's faster, it's better, and it's more efficient. So you get all of those benefits. But not only that, I think the key reason why they put the A15 chip inside of the iPad Mini is because this iPad isn't updated as much as the other iPads in the lineup. So if you put the latest chip, that allows for this to have software updates and support for years to come without getting outdated as quick as it would have had they put an older chip within it. So putting the A15 Bionic in this thing, perfect move. They did downclock it a little bit to 2.9 gigahertz versus 3.2, but come on, man. 2.9 versus 3.2, is it that serious? Technology snobs, relax, because honestly, from a day-to-day, everyday use standpoint, from me using this as an iPad Pro owner, I don't feel any lack of performance, any lag. Now, I'm not big on gaming all the time, but I'm pretty sure if you pull up a game on here, it's gonna perform as you need it to play the game. Stat. Now, I will say this, all Apple had to do was unlock this thing to its fullest potential, and this would be the mini iPad Pro. But obviously, they have to protect the cannibalization of their higher end iPad. So, you know, you gotta respect the move. It's just business. It is what it is. But I'm gonna be honest, this thing is kind of a little mini iPad Pro. All right, another update or another area that we're gonna talk about is the cameras, you guys. Let me tell you this, get your uncle, get your aunties is out there at the graduation holding their iPad trying to record their baby. Buy them an iPad mini right now so the rest of us trying to see our loved ones can see them. Because them big old 11 inch or 12.9 inch or whatever size inch iPads they out there trying to record their babies with, it ain't it. And the camera's better on here. That's how you tell them, you know, give them something smaller and stuff. Since they don't know how to use smartphone, you know, they got the big button phones and stuff. I digress. The rear camera is improved, but I'm gonna be honest, me personally, on an iPad, I'm not really looking to use the rear cameras when I got these cameras right here. But being that this is more portable and it's gonna be out there with me, I might catch myself using it every now, might. The camera that I am most excited about and that I will be using a lot is the front-facing ultra-wide camera. Now I'm super hyped about this. Why? Because the player be FaceTiming all the time. Me and my bros, Terry Warfield and C-Kid Tech, well C-Kid now, we be FaceTiming, you know what I mean? Got this thing propped up, chit-chat, talk about YouTube, talking about life, living life and all of that good stuff. Well, Center Stage is a dope feature to have for video calls and FaceTiming. And we are in the world of video calls and FaceTiming. Everybody zooming and FaceTiming, period. Now, what's great about Center Stage is no matter how I move, because it's an ultra-wide camera and it's cropping in, it's able to follow me. And that's even better for someone giving a presentation or some type of, you know, you're showing something with yourself and you gotta move or you gotta walk, or just in even regular conversation, when you moving your natural movements, it's gonna keep up with you. It kept up with me with my Taekwondo. Y'all saw me? It did a great job. I like Center Stage, me personally. Unfortunately, we don't have it on the iPhones. You can only get it on this iPad mini, the new iPad, and then the iPad Pros, the new ones. Oh, and just for your enjoyment, visually, I took a selfie with the front-facing cameras. There you go. All right, the final category we need to talk about is, drum roll, user experience. User experience is everything. What is user experience? It's your everyday use. When you take this thing out of the box and you go live your life on a daily basis, what are you experiencing? That is user experience, and that's what we need to talk about. And guys, I gotta keep it a buck. I know it's only been some days since the player had this, but I am appreciating, enjoying, and loving this iPad mini thus far. Now, I was excited. Y'all saw me. If you saw the video, if you're not watching every video, shame on you. I made a video right after the Apple event sharing my excitement for the brand new iPad mini. I don't know, it just somehow fits so well into the lineup, like in between the iPad Pro and the iPhone, and somehow it just feels like it belongs. Like, I'm actually finding myself, I only intended for this to be like my little business sidekick, portable, on-the-go iPad, but I'm finding myself grabbing it for all of my tablet needs, and honestly, let's just keep it a buck. If I'm gonna scroll on Twitter versus here, I'm gonna do it here. Edit a photo, I'm doing it here. I'm not doing it here. If I'm gonna reply to your comments, yes, leave your comments. Let me show you guys, I replied to all the comments. You know what I mean? I might have a couple that I haven't replied to yet, as you can see. A player replies to comments. So if you have a comment that you want to share with me, leave it down below and I will read it right now. Go ahead, do it right now. You know what I mean? And just listen. I'm using this a lot more than I'm using my iPhone. If I look at my screen on time, I think the last time I put it up, it was like 8 hours. A player been on this thing, yo, 7 hours, 23 minutes. Yo, my iPhone ain't even getting that kind of usage right now, man. iPad mini 6 for the W. And there's only a couple here. I know, I gotta get back to this so that I could review it, but I mean, this thing just has stolen the show. If my enthusiasm and my just raw excitement for this iPad mini doesn't translate in this video, then I don't know what to tell you, player. My name is CJ, this is CJ Unplugged. Smash that like button if you like the video. If you wanna join the Unplugged family, it's simple. You just hit that subscribe button right there. Go ahead, do it right now. Welcome to the family. My name is CJ. Peace. Woo. Hey, on a side note, that was the third time I had to record this video today. You wouldn't believe the hurdles. And it's literally 10:56 p.m. And I still have to edit this. I'm not sleeping tonight. Enjoy the video. Hey, no. Matter of fact, smash that like button. All the work I done put in for this one.
No. They say if you can't beat them, then you join them. No. That's no option, I don't join, I always beat them.
Ooh, y'all getting behind the scenes looker behind the flat lay. Click that thumbnail. Boop.
I was fake, you had to find me. Now I'm on beat, skating like I'm grinding. L hit me, said it's all about the timing. If you want the vision, get to spinning. My mama told me trust in God, it's never limits. Now I'm on the scoreboard, running up the digits. I put in work, you know I'm up to get it. Early bird gets the worm and the Yankee fitted. Like whoa, bags under my eyes and you know. Won't complain, I'm tired, I'm on go. For that grip, 10 toes till they swole. For that grip, 10 toes till they swole. Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, vacay, I'm staying B-side.